Logical operators are the last kind of operator you need to learn about. You learned how when you use comparison operators on two numbers, the output returns whether that statement is true or false. Well, logical operators return values in reference to whether two or more statements are true or false. There are three logical operators: and, or, and not. I will show you examples using all of them. The first logical operator, and, returns true if both the statements are true, and it returns false if even one statement is false. Or returns true if one or more of the statements is true. It only returns false if all of the statements are false. And lastly, for the operator not, if the statement is false, then it returns true. And if the statement is true, then it returns false. Now for the examples. Let's say I have three variables. A is equal to 9, B is equal to 3, and C is equal to 2. If I were to write print A is more than B and A is more than C, then here is what the computer would do. It would check if the first statement, A is greater than B, is true, which it is because 9 is more than 3. Then it would check if the second statement, A is more than C, is true, which it also is. So, if both the statements are true, can you guess what the output would be? It would be true. However, if I change one of the statements to false, the output will be false. So, if I change the second statement, A is less than C, then it would evaluate to false. What if I wanted to use the same statements, but I wanted the output to be true even if one of them was false? I want the output to be true as long as one statement is true. Then I would use the or operator instead of the and operator. Now, when I run the code, guess what the output would be? The output would be true, because one of these statements is true. Lastly, if I were to write print not 9 is not equal to 0, can you guess what the output would be? This is tricky because there are two nots, the logical not operator and the not equal to comparison operator. The output would be false because 9 is not equal to 0 is a true statement, and the not operator prints the opposite of that. It's important to note that you cannot use and, or not as names for variables because that might cause errors. I encourage you to play around with these operators on Visual Studio to gain a better understanding of them.